How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So the stock market has been a pretty mixed bag today. S&P 500 with about 40 minutes left, up $20, up almost 0.7%. The Dow Jones up over $400, 1.6% in the green. And the NASDAQ, get this, guys, is actually down $11, down 0.1%, as the big tech names, Netflix, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, are all red except for Apple. Apple's actually up $3.19, but overall tech is taking a beating today. And in this video, we're going to be talking more about the markets, breaking down some technicals, going over a couple of key levels that I'm watching right now in the stock market. And as always, we're going to be breaking down the main stocks that I'm looking to trade right now in July, as well as what I've been doing as of late in the stock market. So if you guys find value in this video, hit that like button for me. I challenge you guys, let's try to get 400 likes on this video, and check out all the free links down below in the description box if you want to join our Discord chat, our Facebook group, and if you want 2 free stocks from Webull valued up to $1,400. All you have to do is deposit $100 into the account, and that is how you get your 2 free stocks, and that is linked right down below in the description box. So let's start off today's video with the S&P 500 like we always do, and there's a pretty critical level that we might actually witness live right now, whether or not we break out of it. And that level is right around 3180. And you guys know, especially if you've been following my videos over the past couple of days, we've talked about this. 3180, 3185, that general area is where the S&P 500 struggled between the 6th of July up to about the 10th of July. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading days, pretty much all of last week, that is where the S&P struggled before gapping up on Friday at the close of the market. You guys know that. We gapped up, we broke up to 3185, and that's when we took out 3180, obviously, and we rallied all the way up to 3230. And now, guys, we can see yesterday, after we hit 3230, we took an aggressive dump on the S&P from 3230 all the way down to 3150. And today, we actually took out 3150 as a support. We failed to hold it this morning, and we actually gapped down all the way to about 3120, 3130, which has also been a pretty big level that we've been talking about, and it's a good thing, good sign at least, that the bulls ended up holding this. And you guys can see, after we ended up hitting 3130, we rallied back up, and take a look. The bulls ended up breaking out of 3150 at about 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard, so that's very good for the bulls, as well as 3150, just like 3180, has also been a pretty big resistance. That was back from the middle of June, pretty much up to about the end. Right around the end of June is where we struggled at 3150. So as of right now, guys, it seems like the bulls are in charge. I'm not going to lie. The technicals don't lie. They're right in front of you. You can see them, and I'm sure you guys have your own ThinkOrSwim platforms where you break down this stuff as well. The bulls are in charge. We broke out of 3150, and especially if we take out 3180 heading into the close with these next 30 minutes, which it seems like we're doing, guys. Right now, we're up almost $30. We're at 3182, up almost 0.9%. I believe we're doing it. I believe we're doing it. So if we take that out into the close today, and tomorrow morning, if the S&P gaps up and kind of solidifies its way into 3200, watch for that retest at 3220 to about 3230. That is kind of what I'm looking out for here on the S&P 500. So at this point, it's looking very, very bullish, and let me know down below in the comments, what are your thoughts there? The Dow Jones looking very bullish as well. With today's price action, let me extend this line to the right very quickly. With today's price action, we're pretty much taking out 26,400. Big resistance stemming back from the middle of June, and we actually took it out yesterday. You can see yesterday we took out 26,400. We actually rallied up to 26,600, but we ended up failing, as you guys can see, falling under 26,400, making it a resistance again. But with today's rebound, you guys can see it. We pulled down, we hit 26,000 flat. With today's rebound, we're out of that level again, and it seems like we're going to test where we ended up topping off yesterday. I'm not sure if we'll test it today at the close of the market. Maybe. There is 30 minutes left, and the Dow is still pushing, so we might test it, but maybe tomorrow we test it. And I'm thinking if we take out 26,600, pulling back to, let's say, this 90-day chart, this is going to be going up to 27,000, no doubt about it, as that will be a pretty bullish move, us taking out the highs from yesterday. So watch those levels there on the Dow Jones at this point. And of course, if we break 26,400, we'll be right back in that little range from 25,800 to 26,400, that little 600-point window that we've been talking about. So we might be going back down to 25,800 to retest it. So watch this pivotal point, 26,400, for tomorrow. And the NASDAQ is now turning green. NASDAQ looks like it is holding the 50 SMA here on the 4-hour chart. And what have we been saying, guys, on this channel, on these videos over the past couple of days? We've been talking about how the 50 SMA has been a support on the 4-hour chart on the NASDAQ, which is this green line. And every time we've gotten a bit overheated, every time tech's gotten overheated in this rally out of the March lows, we've pulled down and we've retested that 50 SMA. And I'm thinking now that is just what we're seeing here. Honestly, we pulled down from 11,070 down to about 10,400. You guys can see on this intraday chart, we hit right under 10,400. And we've been rallying out of this hole pretty aggressively, for the majority of the day. I mean, the first hour was red, as you guys can see here, at about 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard is where we've been rallying. But this rally of higher highs, higher lows on the intraday heading into the close, it's kind of showing me that, okay, maybe this is the potential, at least in the short term, bottom on the NASDAQ. So watch tomorrow if we do end up taking out, let's see, a key level here. I'd say a big level is going to be around 10,600 to about 10,650, 700. So watch if we take this general area out, if I can speak correctly, guys. If we do take this out, I can see the NASDAQ going back up to 11,000. And mind you, guys, a lot of people out there, although a lot of people are arguing tech stocks are in a bubble, and they very well could be, a lot of people are viewing them as kind of safe haven. They're the new age defensive stocks. So people might be buying up the rallies. I mean, we're seeing Amazon down 2% today, down $63, about $300 off the all-time highs. We have Facebook down $1.50 today, not crazy there. Google's down about $7, nothing crazy there. Netflix is down about 1.5%. Down $8. We'll get into this in a couple of minutes. That could offer some opportunity, but overall, people might end up buying up the tech stocks again. Who knows? Only time will tell, and we'll see what happens tomorrow, but keep an eye on 10,700 as that is the big kind of sell range, the sell area that I'm seeing here that the bulls need to take over. So let me know down below in the comments, guys, what are your thoughts on the markets? I would love to know. Now let's talk about what I did today, and quite honestly, guys, very similar to yesterday, I didn't do anything today. And a lot of people think that overtrading, not even overtrading, but to make a lot of money in the stock market, you have to trade nonstop, right? Day in, day out, all the time. And truthfully, that leads to overtrading. And through my experience, what I've found is the best way to approach it is not to be super active. Although, yeah, we are traders, we are active, more active than long-term investors, but the point is, don't try and be of the mentality of, okay, I'm going to take 30-day trades today, and that's going to be better than maybe just one little swing trade here where I really do my research, I wait and I'm patient, and I wait for the opportunity, and I buy. A lot of people think 30 trades is better than just one, but the truth is, guys, a lot of the time, just one trade, focusing on one stock, waiting for the opportunity, and having that cash on the sideline and striking when the opportunity opens up, a lot of the time, that is better. And that's kind of where I am at right now. I didn't see any crazy opportunities. We are going to talk about some stocks here in a couple of minutes that I'm waiting just a little bit more on with cash on the sidelines that I'm ready to strike on. But for me to buy anything today, I didn't really see any screaming opportunities. You guys know that I am still riding some workhorse shares here, WKHS. I'm pretty much break even on those. Actually, I'm up a little bit now. I'm at about 1640. We're up to 1650 now. This one's up 7% today. Pretty strong day when it comes to workhorse. I'm also in some Virgin Galactic call options. I mean, I've been holding these for a while. I'm not sure how they're doing right now, but GDX actually did well today. I'm also in some GDX call options. This was up 3%. So yeah, overall, other than that, I'm not doing much right now, and I have a lot of cash on the sideline waiting for the opportunity to strike. And again, guys, I'm a heavy proponent of not over trading. I'm a heavy advocate of that, and that's kind of what I've been practicing over the past couple of years. When I first started trading, I mean, yeah, I was over trading. I'm sure many people have fallen into that category when they first started out, but as you move on, as you take your losses, everyone takes losses, guys, as you learn, you start to realize that, let me take a chill pill, let me sit back, watch the markets a bit. I don't have to just jump in and be crazy. I can just sit back and just wait for the opportunity, right? So let me know down below, what did you guys do in the markets today? What stocks are you watching? I'd love to know. Now let's break down some banks that reported today. JP Morgan ended up reporting. It shot up to 102 pre-market, ended up going down. You guys can see it's holding $98. Pretty solid base support here over the past 2 days of trading, so that's a solid, $97, $98. We'll see if that ends up holding into tomorrow, but ultimately, they did very well when it comes down to EPS and revenue. Q2 EPS came in at $1.38 versus $1.04 estimated, so they crushed that. And revenue came in at $33 billion versus $30.29 billion estimated. So they beat on EPS, they beat on revenue, and there's a lot more metrics that we could talk about, but I advise you guys to go to the live news tab here on ThinkOrSwim if you are using this, and scroll down a bit. You can see kind of how the other segments of the business did, other than just the general EPS and revenue numbers. If you want to take a look at some other stuff, you can come look here, such as, non-interest expense, right? You can look at, the interest income, this and that. I mean, you can see what Jamie Dimon said about this, earnings, all of that good stuff on the live news tab. So at this point, I'm watching JP Morgan, but I'm pretty I'm being cautious with it. I want to see what other banking stocks report. We had JP Morgan today, like I just said. We have Wells Fargo. We had Wells Fargo, and we also had, I believe, Citigroup. So it seems like JP Morgan is struggling at about $99, $98. I mean, you guys can see that's been a resistance ever since the end of March. So for me to even consider a position, we're going to need to see a break out of this resistance. And from there, maybe from $100, 105 I've been talking about, especially if we take out 105, I can see this thing going back to 110, 115, no problem. So Wells Fargo, WFC, they reported Q2 EPS that they did very bad. Let's just put it that way. They did very bad, very poor earnings report today. Q2 EPS came in at negative 66 cents versus negative 20 cents estimated, and revenue came in at $17.8 billion versus the $18.4 billion estimated. So as JP Morgan, they had the double beat. Wells Fargo, they had a double miss. So not too good there. And ultimately, guys, you guys know I cut out of my long-term position in Wells Fargo. This was like 2 months ago. So I'm not really looking to buy back in, obviously, since I cut out of the position. And bank stocks for me at this point are quite risky. There is opportunity, but with the time period we're in, I still believe there is a bit of higher risk with these bank stocks. And ultimately, as a trade, I'm not even looking at Wells Fargo. I just wanted to update you guys on their numbers, quite honestly. And another one here, Citigroup. What is their ticker, guys? I don't even know, to be honest. Is it CIT? No, this is not even it. Anyway, you guys can go look at what Citigroup did. I believe they did report today, like I said. But ultimately, banking stocks, they're kicking off earnings. Keep an eye on those. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. We still have Bank of America coming up on the 16th, as well as Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is actually tomorrow on the 15th. And when it comes down to some other stocks here, Upwork, guys, has been taking a hit. This is ticker symbol UPWK. Ever since we failed at about $17, big resistance that we were talking about last couple of videos, we took out $15.50. We failed to hold that big support. We failed to hold today at about $14. And now we're trading right around $13.70, right around that 180 SMA here on the 4-hour chart. So me being a swing trader, guys, I like looking, and I'm looking at the squirrel outside of my window right now. Hey there, hello. Anyway, oh my goodness, guys. Yeah, props of recording right next to the window. You can see all the little birds, and there's a bunch of birds here anyway, and the squirrels. Anyway, I'm a swing trader, and I buy into weakness, right? And I believe that this is a massive opportunity in Upwork here, especially with this big window open. A lot of people panic when they see a stock fall 20%, but quite honestly, I see it as an opportunity. From $17 down to about $13.60, that's a 20% drop. And if the technicals hold, big if, this is what I need to see before I get into the position, or into the stock rather. We need to see $13 hold. We need to see the technicals hold, 18180 SMA there. You can see that on the 4-hour chart, as well as a pretty big old resistance. You guys can see, I mean, back in May all the way up to about June, so about a solid month, $13 was a big resistance. So it's quite critical that we hold 13. And if we do tomorrow and start climbing back into the 14s even, that is where I'm looking to take a position here on Upwork. So restaurant stocks have been getting hit pretty hard recently, and even more as California's been shutting back down. We had actually Starbucks take a big hit today. Starbucks, and recently Starbucks took a big hit. I think it was yesterday. More of the hit was yesterday. It went from $74.50 down to about $72. Now we're holding $72.70 with about 20 minutes left in the market. And overall, guys, is Starbucks looking like the most attractive trade here? No. I mean, it's downtrending, no doubt about it. Moving averages are resistance levels on this 4-hour chart. But we are approaching, the reason why I'm mentioning it is because we are approaching $72, which has been a pretty strong support, especially since the middle of April. I mean, we've held it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Now is going to be the 7th time that we're going to test 71, 72. I mean, we already are testing it and holding it, so I'm thinking we could see some sort of relief rally here. Maybe back up mid-70s, and heck, maybe even to the higher 70s, 78, $80. You know, that could happen as well. But if we break 71 on the downside, and we start going into the 60s, that's not going to be a good sign whatsoever. If anything, at that point, I might be shorting it. But on the flip side, we have McDonald's, MCD, which is doing very well. It's a big portion of the Dow. Understand that, guys. The Dow is outperforming today. I mean, yep, markets are pushing up even higher, and we'll wrap up with the market overview at the end of the video to see kind of what happened. But McDonald's, big part of the Dow, up 3% today almost, up $5, and we're pretty much solidifying this uptrend. I mean, you guys can see it on the 90-day chart. Uptrend is holding. We broke out of this downwards wedge here, which is very bullish. Now, yesterday and today, we ended up breaking out of the 180 SMA, big sign, a bullish sign here, which is the gold line, gold SMA, and now we're about to test 190. I mean, 190 is the last stand here, the last confirmation that I need to see before taking a position in McDonald's. I mean, if we take out 190, that was a resistance back in April, back in May. I mean, the next gap we can fill is going to be around $200. So 190 to 200, I think that's a pretty solid potential move there of about 4% with McDonald's. And we talked about Pepsi yesterday. A lot of these large cap stocks, guys, they are opening up some opportunities, in my opinion. McDonald's, Pepsi reported earnings. They still haven't filled the gap up to what was it yesterday? Almost at $140. So Pepsi from 135 to 140 could be a nice potential move there. We have Netflix reporting earnings on the 16th. That's the tech stock that we talked about. I'm talking about it like nobody knows it. Yeah, that's the tech stock we talked about earlier, guys. It's fallen from 575 down to about 490 today. So that was a big window of profit heading into earnings. So it's going to be pretty volatile, guys. That was a window of about, let's say, 10-11% opened up. We're holding the 50 SMA on the 2-hour chart. The 4-hour chart, we're also holding the 50 SMA. So this could very well be a dip buy heading into earnings. And me, guys, and by no means is this financial advice, and me, guys, I don't really hold stocks through earnings when I'm trading them. I like waiting until after earnings. But that's not to say that, again, we might not rally heading into earnings. This can rally tomorrow and do something like this for all we know, which is kind of what I'm waiting for into earnings, and maybe even after earnings, after we see what they report, we might end up rallying as well, which we could also catch that move. And another big one here, J&J. J&J is doing very well, up 2% today. They're reporting earnings on the 16th, just like Netflix. Watch the big resistance at 148, guys. From there, I'm thinking this thing's going back up to test the highs, right around 155 to 157. And one position, or not stock rather, not position, that I almost pulled the trigger on today, and again, it comes to being patient, guys, is Square. Ticker symbol SQ. This one's actually almost to 121 now. It's up almost 2% on the day, up $2.30, and we're pretty much solidifying 118 here as a new support. But ultimately, we're not fully breaking out quite yet. The EMA here on the 4-hour chart still acting as a resistance, this light blue line here. And for me to get into this stock, guys, SQ, especially as a swing trade, on the 5-day, 5-minute, you'll see it. I need to see a full breakout into, let's say, the 122 to about the 125 level. That's where I'd feel, from a risk-reward standpoint, risk management standpoint, that's where I'd feel a lot more comfortable taking the position. And take a look at McDonald's. Let's go. Breaking 190, breaking that resistance heading into the close. This is very, very bullish. And gold, guys, gold stocks, I'm watching these. Gold today pretty much still holding 1,800. That's a good sign. We're holding this and solidifying 1,800 as a new base. Moving forward, you guys know I'm long GDX. I'm looking to maybe even take a swing position in GDX as well. And before we wrap up the video, let's talk about what the markets are looking like. So remember, in the beginning of the video, we talked about 3180 needing to break, and it seems like, for the bulls at least, and it seems like we're doing exactly that. No problem. 3180, yep, we're running right through it. Running right through it into the close of the market. Take a look at this, guys, on the intraday. It's like, boom, it popped up, broke 3175. It seems like we're going to close on an upswing, maybe even into the 3190s here on the S&P. NASDAQ's actually green now, up $34, up 0.32%. Remember, 10,700 for tomorrow. Watch for that to take out. I doubt it's going to do it now. Maybe after hours. We'll see what the futures are looking like later. And the Dow, guys, absolutely ripping. Now up over $500, up almost 2%, about to test that resistance at 26.6, and most likely we'll test it tomorrow, maybe even in the next 10 minutes. We'll see. But ultimately, that is it, guys. Markets are looking pretty bullish as of right now. And yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on everything. Let me know down below in the comments. And don't forget, let's try. It's a challenge, guys. Let's try and get this video to 400 likes. Smash that like button for me and consider joining our Discord chat, Facebook group. Link down below in the description box. Those are free of charge. And don't forget to claim your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400. All you have to do is deposit $100 into Webull and you get your 2 free stocks, and that is also linked right down below in the description box. So I hope you guys had a great day. Hope you guys crush it in the markets today. Stay safe out there as always. Thanks for watching. Peace out.